G'day viewers and welcome to the GameFace Footy Show here live at GameFace HQ in Studio 1. I am Russell Robertson and I'm going to take you through everything for the first time, the Outer East Div 1, Div 2 with the coach and Matt Footy. How are you boys? Excited?
I'm excited.
You're not excited sitting next to Matty, are you?
Well, he's been saying some things about me that it's been
a little bit going on here, folks.
Coming back to me behind my back.
Coach has been blowing his own trumpet.
Behind my back.
Coach has been blowing his own trumpet behind the scenes here, everyone, at GameFace HQ. He walks up and down these halls.
It might come
coach
to blows.
This, coach that. He doesn't like it coming back the other way.
Well, who looks more intelligent?
Well, now you do, but I tell you what, we all look very hirsute. It's the word. We look very hairy at the moment. It's the main go here on the GameFace Footy Show. You've got to have a beard, don't you?
Silver fox.
George Clooney, my bum. We listen to our viewers, don't we, Matty?
We do.
And Coach.
Oh, absolutely. Below the line. Always read below the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And we take the good with the bad. And all the people out there have been saying, you've been doing the Premier League out there, out East Premier League division footy show. Why aren't you doing Div 1, Div 2? Well, we always had it on the cards. And today is the very first Div 1, Div 2 footy show. And we can't wait to rip into this one. Boys, let's go straight away because Officer goes zip and 2, and so did Jembrook Cockatoo, zip and 2. Matty, what is going on?
Well, both these sides were talked about as flag fancies at the start of the year for their respective divisions, and both sides have played good sides so far, so there wouldn't be panic stations, but they both desperately need a win. You can't. It's pretty hard. I know it's a top 5 out of only 8 for Div 1 and 9 for Div 2, and look, in Div 2 there's 2 sides that definitely aren't going to be in the mix for finals in Yane Fullerton, so Jembrook should make the finals, but pretty hard spot to come from. Jembrook have got Alex this week, who got a 90-point win to start the season, and then you've got Officer have played Doveton and Pakenham, and then they face Monbulk. So facing the top 3 sides in the first 3 rounds, and 0-3 is a pretty tough spot to come from, Coach.
Yeah, I'm a bit with you too. It's early days, 2 rounds in. I wouldn't be panicking too much yet, but taking on Monbulk and the way they've been playing, that could be a worry for them.
Coach, you're usually taking control of the injuries for Body First Health Group. We've had nothing come across our desk, and that's probably either clubs lying or keeping it a secret because rarely.
Well, some players don't like to. You don't want to foot the doctor's bill, so I'm
right.
fine.
Oh well, actually, I do have one injury because I was doing an interview the other day when I was running across a quarter time there at Upway, and I think I got it damaged just slightly in the.
Hey,
is it what's just above the buttock? What's that one there? What's that muscle? Your hip, yeah, okay.
That'll do. Well, Coach, you know where you can go. Body First Health Group to get yourself sorted out. Let's get into the result of the round. Pakenham 10-13-73 defeated Officer 9-4-58. Matty, that was the Anzac Day clash.
Yeah, it was a big crowd out there at Pakenham. They were running behind time. The reserves went overtime for some reason. Timekeepers forgot to blow the siren when they were supposed to, and all of a sudden the last post was played 20 minutes later than it should have been, Coach. And what that meant was they started the game with the red footy, and halfway through the last quarter, JJ Penny, who was the runner for Pakenham, had to run out the yellow footy. Umpire said no, and then called him back because no one could see what was going on. But Pakenham led all day. Officer looked just disjointed, couldn't get any run and gun going, big ground, really struggled to move the ball through the midfield. And look, they made the most of it when they got into top 50, but Pakenham probably should have won by more.
I'm just looking at the other result there, but I don't really have a lot to say about the Pakenham Officer game other than the fact that you know this a little bit better than me. Is that a huge surprise that they were beaten by?
Not at the start of the year, yes, but Pakenham look like they're going pretty well. They've just they recruited pretty well, but no one really talked about them because the Doveton's big recruits in Officer are really strong on Facebook, which is good for them. So Pakenham gone under the radar, but they looked really good. They got good run and carry from everywhere, good ball use. They made the most of the wide expanses out there at Tumuck, and they had a massive crowd in, so it was really good.
So they're 2-0 too, aren't they?
They had 2-0, as Doveton, who got over the top of Warby. Warby did really, really well out at Warburton, so apparently the rumour is my sister plays for Warburton in the netball, and she was doing the canteen before her A-grade game, and one of the Doveton people came up, and they go, oh, we just want a question. They go, well, what's the question? She goes, does it get warm in summer here? My sister's gone, well, yeah. It's.
Oh, there's a thing called bushfires.
Yeah, no, so the Doveton people were talking like Warburton was the outback and Doveton's the big smoke. I wouldn't call Doveton the big smoke, and there's definitely worse places than Warburton, so I think everyone just needs to check themselves.
Oh, beautiful.
But Warby running down by 10 points at 3/4 time, which is really impressive against a Doveton side that went really, really well. And watch out for a video of James Gascard's big hanger. in the second quarter, I believe, or just after half time. He had a bit up and down day. He's been reported for striking, but he took one of the marks of the year. So
wow,
there you go.
Well, you can check that stuff out on the GameFace Facebook page, and also if you've got the time, why don't you download the GameFace Footy app? All the good stuff on there. A lot of footy shows, a lot of local suburban footy action goes on there. We love our GameFace Footy app, boys. Other games, Belgrave defeated Emerald 11-10-76. Emerald 8-7-55.
Yeah, Belgrave led all day, and they've been pretty good. Nathan Johns has done some good stuff. They competed really hard against Monbulk the other week, only went down by 20 points, and then they led all day until Emerald snuck in front early in the last. And at home, you would have thought maybe Emerald will hold them off and run away from them, but to Belgrave's credit, came back, hit the next 4, and good 20-point winners. They face Warburton next week, who they beat twice last year. So again, Belgrave aren't expected to pull up trees this year, but good start to them, competed well against the Premiership fancy and have done well and knocked off someone around them.
Yeah, I think at this stage, Emerald, I don't know if they'd be worried, but they'd be sort of starting to...
They'd be
introspectively going, well, hang on, 0-2, we need...
Apparently big recruit Joan Bubb didn't exactly hit his straps either.
He's got big straps.
Yeah, well, massive straps, but he hasn't got anywhere near him so far.
And look, he'll only let people who know him very well, like I know him very well, call him Bubby. So I said,
Pizza.
how are you, Bubby? I called him that one day accidentally. It came out and I went, can I say that?
Yeah, you got to check with these big guys.
As long as you don't do it on the football.
0-2 is not a good position, but I reckon 0-3 is really bad. So you want to start getting it together soon. We've already spoken about Dubton and Warburton. Let's talk about Monbulk. 10-22-82 defeated Mount Evelyn 11-10-76. What do you reckon there, Matty?
Tale of two halves. Monbulk couldn't kick straight at all. First half, 2 goals, 16-7-5 at half time, and Mount Ev pants Warburton in the second half in round 1. It was only about 30 points, ended up being almost 100. So you would have expected the Rovers to run over the top of them and run away with it, but Monbulk haven't hit their straps yet. Robbo, your boys, they scrappy against Belgrave. Obviously, they're scrappy first half, but kicked 8 goals to 4 in the second half, 2-0, and look, they're going big guns, and they'll head out to Officer next week.
That's really good for Monbulk, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, very, very well organised, very well run club. I just want to quickly go back to Emerald as well too. Exactly the same with those guys as well. They're not going to stay on the losing list for very long. Monbulk, I did have a chat to somebody that you might have played against, Robbo. I asked you this question.
Obviously, wasn't good enough for Robbo.
You couldn't remember. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because I can't remember half the footy games I play, so why would it be any different for an AFL player? Because as fans, we go, why don't you remember every game and every kick? Because we do.
Yeah, so you're talking about Andrew Williams?
Yeah,
Andrew?
yeah.
Never heard of him. Coach got out there, and as he now, as he always does, he delivers an interview for us out of the suburban leagues. He's done that for us again, Coach. Let's go to that interview with Monbulk coach Andrew Williams.
Andrew Williams, the coach of the Monbulk Football Club, is he's used to being in front of the camera. Do you like the camera, Andrew, or not?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
I'm joking, because he's getting paid out by all his friends here in the club rooms. But well done, mate. Good win.
Yeah, it was a real character win. We obviously played the game early, I thought, on our terms. But we just didn't hit the scoreboard. They made it hard for ourselves. Mount Evelyn were terrific, especially when they went forward. They really hurt us. So, and they put scoreboard pressure on us, which made us have to fight hard for the win.
As a coach, what do you do though when there's behind after behind, rush behind, missed goals? What's the message you're sending to the players? Stick to your format, stick to your formulas, just stick to the process?
I think I was really positive about the amount of inside 50s we had.
Yeah. So you knew it had come eventually.
Well, I was hopeful. We just didn't convert, and some days are like that where you don't make the most of your chances, and opposition sides do. So if we play like that every week, we're going to let a lot of opposition sides into games. But once we start converting in front of goal, we can start to play it a little bit more on our terms. Yeah.
Speaking about on your terms, are they playing the way you've been training?
For most part, we're going to be a side that's defined by pressure and effort, and we're going to keep coming at the opposition. So I think if we're able to move the ball, when we're given time and space, we can be a really damaging side. So we're growing in that space. We're not actually we're not doing it 100% the way we need to, but we're getting enough of the ball in our front half, which is pleasing.
How about you though, on a personal level? You enjoying it?
I love it. If you have a look around the room, you've just got a room full of Monbolt people that love the place. I'm a club person, and I love the club culture. The boys have been terrific. The way they've adapted to a game plan that I've adopted. The buy-in, the people that want to actually put into practice what we're training. I can't ask any more of a group.
I want you to be honest with me here, and I can't remember if it was you I asked this question or not. I've spoken to so many people, so many coaches in the Outer East over the last 6 weeks or so. But is there a moment that you ever doubt yourself when you're coaching, or has that happened this year? If you do,
no. I think if you get the group to believe in what we've trained and what we know works, I don't think you can ever doubt yourself. I think there's going to be days where you get outplayed, but if you keep going back to what you back in as a playing style, and the guys they implement what you're asking, then I think it just comes down to whether you're beaten by an opposition, and there are some good opposition that they're going to play their way, and there's going to be days where we're not up to it. But I'll never doubt the way our group go about their footy at all.
one last question. Who do you reckon? Well, maybe the second last question. Who do you reckon went well today, and who surprised you?
No surprises. I thought young Lockie Beecroft on a wing, and when he went to half back, I thought he was really clean. I thought he showed composure above his years. Nick Wall played a really, really important role for us against an important player for the opposition, and he did his job 100% the way I wanted him to, and made his opposition player compete. But at the same time, he was able to hit the scoreboard late in the game, and be a difference for us. Yeah.
So unbeaten must feel good.
Well, it always is, but I don't think you're ever going to know where you're at until you've played every team. There's going to be some real challenges ahead, but the way I see this group, they attack every challenge with the right spirit, and I think we'll be in most games just on the base of that.
Good on you, mate. Congratulations. Good luck for the rest of the year.
No worries. Cheers.
Yes, top shelf. Well done, coach. Ex-Collingwood West Coast player. How many games, Matty?
116 games, 64 goals off the top of my head, coach.
He's amazing, isn't he? I'm going to start calling him Dan Lonigan.
Yeah, he is.
Dan
a
Lonigan.
Veritable Rain Man.
Similar sort of scalp sort of setup too, isn't it?
Yeah, probably not as good looking. I just want to say, though, about with Andrew Williams, you noticed that they was pretty noisy at the time, but that was in the old Monbulk rooms. They're about to open their new rooms.
Oh, really?
Which is in
round 5 will be
May.
the first game.
Yeah, they're hoping that they're going to do it. I'm hoping I get an invite, boys. Which camera I'm looking at? Okay, just quietly. I don't mind a free dinner. But the new rooms, I'm told, are magnificent.
Yeah, that's great.
The ground is not flat, but it is in beautiful condition.
And it's really important, to have good club rooms. You get your players down; they're interested in coming down and training well. It absolutely lifts the place, doesn't it?
And in all honesty, Robbo, the old rooms, and I think everybody in Monbulk will probably agree. It's seen its better days.
Yep.
Got a great tradition. What's that?
Big Pete Murray.
You beat Pete Murray, yes. It was just, I've got no idea what that means. What's it?
Song. He had a song called Seen Better Days.
Seen Better Days. No, that was way too.
You need to talk a little bit more Mozart or
Sorry.
you know,
Mozart.
something like
Mozart.
he's a classy man. Look at the glasses.
I'll
Or even
take
go
that.
so far back as I don't know. Who did you used to listen to in your day, mate? Who was your
What do you mean in
band
my
of-
day?
Well,
Who
you
do
know,
you
it's
listen
the
to
olden
now?
days.
Who do you listen
Am I
to now?
We're
dead?
talking black and
Who do you
white
listen to
days.
now?
I listened to a little bit of Macklemore.
Macklemore. Yeah, right. Okay, let's move right on
Move on.
because we could have a lot of fun with that one. I'm going to go to you for this first game in Div 2
Taylor
results.
Swift. Taylor Swift.
Taylor, bit of
Right.
Tay-Tay.
Very
You
right.
look like a Tay-Tay, man.
Love to.
Div 2, King Lake, Matty, 35-22-30 if you don't mind. Defeated Yay 4-5-29 in an Anzac Day drubbing.
Yeah, we might need to jump off the Yay bandwagon. They kicked the first one, the Tigers. Was looking good from there, and then they conceded 35 of the next 38.
You'd have to think you were a chance, wouldn't you, the first one?
Oh, they were up and about.
You were
Up
thinking-
and about, the big crowd there. You thought maybe round one was just a blip, but no, it doesn't look like. Chris Horman kicked 8. New coach, playing coach Andrew Fairchild kicked 7, so he would have probably been watching the ball straight into his dukes. So King Lake going well, knocked off Gembrook last week, and look, it was only Yay, but pretty impressive to kick 35 goals, coach.
Yeah, look, I don't like when you say only Yay. You know, I mean, come on, there are a bunch of boys
Oh,
out there.
no.
They're having a crack and they're having a real red hot go. And you say only Yay. How do you think they feel?
What's your alignment with Yay?
No alignment with Yay whatsoever.
Copping a
I
clip
just say
somewhere.
Yay to Yay, and I love Yay. I've been through that town.
You've been through it. You've
Yeah.
never stopped in. You've driven
No,
past.
there's a lake there, isn't it? Is there
I
a lake
don't
there?
know.
Is there a lake there at Yay?
Oh no,
There's a
you're,
lake
mate,
in-
you're the Yay man.
I think there's a lake.
You've driven through
Yeah,
it.
I know.
You're thinking of Eildon.
There's- Oh, Eildon.
No, you're
No,
thinking,
no,
of,
there
you're
is-
thinking of King Lake.
King Lake. What does it have a crack at coach say?
Well, anyway, King Lake said
Good
no.
on you, Yay. Good on you, boys.
Yeah, King Lake said no to Yay. Let's move on to the next game. Alexandra 19-17, 131. Another big score. Defeated Taunton Eildon 6-10-46. Matt, did you catch this one?
I didn't catch it, seen a little bit of it. Alex had the bye in round 1, so they've had to wait a long time to get their season underway. But good start. Couple of bags of 5 for Braden Norris, played for North Melbourne.
Braden, yeah.
And Heverin as well. Thornton Eildon improving. They'll knock off someone this year, definitely. 6-10's pretty good. You just got to compare last year to this year for Thornton Eildon to see the improvement. Still the 90-odd point loss, but definitely improvement on the cards there. Your tip, though, of Thornton Eildon last time our coach didn't come in, but stick with it.
Oh, I'm tipping them for the flag.
Thornton Eildon, they're the
Yeah.
one with the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's starting to lose it, Roman.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm just going to let you guys go sometimes. So if there's a big break, that's why I'm waiting for it. I don't know. Seville 10-12-72 defeated Powelltown 7-11-53.
Seville did pretty well. Game sort of was always Seville just by 20 points. Powelltown are much improved though. They'll definitely go deep this season. Paddy Rattray kicked 3, bring his total to 12 for the year so far.
What a great name.
Paddy Rattray.
What a great name.
Yeah, he's a big boy too. You can't miss him. But yeah, look, really good start for the Blues so far. They've got a big game, the Pro Cup we'll talk about later against Yarra Glen. But so far so good.
Yep.
Yarra Junction 19-123 defeated Gembrook 11-12-78.
Yeah, so Gembrook, one of our big stories, 0-2 so far in both games against King Lake and this time Yarra Junction. At half-time, they've been a goal and 8 points down, and they've ended up losing by a total of about 80 points. So their second halves, whether their players aren't fit enough to run it out, whether their game plan's sort of becoming predictable at the half-time break, but yeah, they've got to sort their second half fade-outs out pretty soon. Sam Morton kicked 5 for the Eagles though. Little quick small forward, likes to get out the back. Few Joe the Goose, Josh Caddy sort of operations from the goal square, but nonetheless they all count.
Wow, you talk fast.
Sorry, coach.
It's,
would you like
no,
to
I
slow down?
understand it. No, you're very good. Isn't he good?
He's good.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You're trying to jump back
he's
on
very,
you jump
very
off.
good. I mean,
Hit you where it hurts, have I?
I want to get out to some Div 2 games. I think I might be going
You'll
out
be
to
out there
some
Sunday.
on Sunday for sure. We'll
Nice.
talk about that in a minute. Anyway.
Now, Matty, you're a pretty handy cricketer. I know that much, and you're an umpire. so
Very
you-
good cricketer.
Very good cricketer. What
Great
What are the
bloke.
coaches like in cricket? Do they give a spray? Are
It's
they
pretty hard. There's no real time to
Yeah.
give a spray because there's such big breaks. You don't go in and go back out. Usually it's quite a tactical sort of operation until the end of the day, and then it's not really a spray. I've never been on the end of someone just really letting us have it. It's more of a sort of the old when your parents used to not be angry, they're disappointed. They're disappointed in the
worse.
scenario. And then the problem with cricket is if you do something wrong, you drop a catch in cricket, you can stand around for an hour with your own thoughts.
Yeah, that's
The thing in
awful.
footy is if you turn it over, you can go lay a tackle and you're running around and you forget about it. Cricket, you drop a dolly or you bowl a pour over, you could be standing out in the sun for an hour thinking about how bad you are. So I wouldn't say sprays. It's more of a mental sort of disintegration game, cricket. But
Yeah.
nothing like the video you're about to talk about here, Robbo.
Let's get into this because, and I'll tell you what, Coach, you don't want to make a mistake just before half time or quarter time or three-quarter time as you walk into the huddle and you see a fired-up coach as you're losing by 10, 20 goals. I've had that on many occasions, and, you know, I've copped my fair whack along the way. Someone that's delved out a few whacks along the way. He's got a nickname that just suits, Rocket Heat. We've been sent a video spraying the ball when players. Have a listen to this, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
On the back. Oh, we get comfortable. I won't fish in your pockets anymore. You're going to serve that shit up. Stand it over. No pressure. It's bullshit. Get your it's all here. You don't lose your skill in one night. It's all mental. We're taking the pads off. We're a good side. We're a good team. We beat South Croydon lost to Roval by 20 goals. They're no good. You know, if you set up that shit on Friday, you won't be in the team. I don't care whether it's you or you. I'll blame blokes and want to have a go and stick to the team. You don't want to stick like
Now, in all honesty, that's a good chuckle. I like that, actually. Because, look, I'm from the old school and I'm used to being sprayed. It was just part and parcel of
You've got to
football.
pick your players, though, don't you, Robbo? Because nowadays, you spray a couple of people, probably us around the panel. You ever got a spray coach? You go, I'm going to show this bloke.
Yeah.
I'm going to show this bloke or female, whoever's coaching me. I'm going to prove them wrong. Sometimes other people can go, you know what, that's enough for me. That's it, I'm done. I don't need this.
Walk
And
away
fair
from
enough.
footy.
Fair enough. Not everyone needs to be told that they've forgotten how to play footy
Yeah.
in the week. Bit of context, Baldwin had beaten South Croydon. Rocket might have thought they might have got a bit ahead of themselves, lost to Blackburn, and wasn't too happy with the boys on the track Tuesday, Coach.
Yeah, well, the thing about sprays, I mean, in my day, you were brought up differently, and I suppose, Robbo, too. You're
And
a
I tell you, in
generation-
background, I'm being brought up on,
You would
on
been-
physical violence. So.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you reminded me of that.
Belted
He
with
gets ahead of
salami.
himself, I know what to do. But yeah, and I was quite used to it, being yelled at. But as I think I said last week, the only way to get to me was just give me a good whack around the head, and that was
Yep.
it. I was gone for the game. I didn't forebay that. You know, I wasn't tough at all.
It's a changing ideal, we understand that. But I tell you what, that was funny stuff for us to watch. A slow day here for us. We love it though. So what we want you to do, if you hear anything like this, why don't you send us your best sprays from the country football. If you tape something, send it to us. We'll put it on the show for you. GameFace Outer East Facebook group. Upcoming games: Div 1, Doveton versus Pakenham, Officer Rock versus Monbulk, Emerald and Mount Evelyn, Belgrove versus Warburton. I'm going to get you to walk through each of these games and tell me who you're picking. Let's start. Doveton, Pakenham, Matty.
Both sides, top of the table clash. Doveton, I've seen Pakenham as well. Doveton look very, very good going forward, so I'm going to stick with the Doves on their home patch. Pakenham, though, a good side, that'll be an absolute ripper. Officer, Monbulk, Officer need a win, but we both think Monbulk are going pretty well, so I'll stick with the Hawks on that one. Mount Evelyn will beat Emerald, they'll need to get back on the winners list. And Belgrave, Warburton, Belgrave already got a win, Warby much improved, but on the Magpies home track, I'll go with the Pies.
Well, there's a couple of sides there 0-2, and they desperately need wins. Sometimes that either brings the best out of you or the worst.
Let's move on to Div 2. Yea versus Yarra Junction. Thornton Eildon are hosting Powelltown. Gembrook Cockatoo will take on Alexandra. Yarra Glen versus Seville. That's the Sunday Pride Cup. And of course, Kinglake will have the bye there. Boys, talk me through who will win, who will lose, and why.
Coach is going to go with Yea.
Yeah, I'm going with you, Yate. I'm sticking with
Stick
the
with
Yate
them.
boys.
Yarra Junction will win that game. Thornton Eildon, Powelltown out at Bona Park. But Powelltown should get up in that one. Gembrook need a win. Alex are pretty good, so I'm going to tip Gembrook. I'm giving them one last chance, but wouldn't be surprised. And the big one, Yarra Glen Seville, that's just a great day. Jason Ball, 6th edition of their Pride Cup, the Yarra Valley one, and now there's 45 across the nation, and it's just a great thing. Of course, now there's AFL and AFLW games as well, but that'll just be a great spectacle. Yarra Glen have never lost the Pride Cup, even in 2015. They only won 2 games for the year, and one of them was the Pride Cup. So I'm going to go with the River Pigs.
River Pigs in the Sunday Pride Cup. That's a great name, isn't it?
Very fitting, isn't it?
Very, very fitting. I think I'll be getting to that game for sure. It'll be on my list, definitely.
Good on you, Coach, and I know you'll bring us a very good interview, as you always do every single week. Next week, we'll come back and tell you whether there is actually a lake at Yea. We're going to...
Let me know, because I'll be there.
Oh, you were adamant.
No, but I think we skied there one day.
You think it'll be It's Ewan.
No, Whelan's got the river.
No, Lake
Oh,
Ewan.
whatever.
Just
The
keep
castle, mate.
Okay. I'm originally from New South Wales, so excuse me.
just keep the tape going on these guys. It's really good viewing. That's been the show.
Don't
For
touch
the,
me. Don't
The
touch
very
me.
first show for Div 1, Div 2. It's just got a little bit wild here at GameFace HQ. We've had an absolute ball. Thanks to our wonderful sponsors. Thanks to you, Matty. Thanks to you, Coach. Great show.
Thanks to you, Robbo.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Well done, Robbo.
Good on you,
Robbo
guys.
got knocked out in the game on the weekend. He was a bit.
Yeah, I'm a little bit slow today, but I'll be right next week and I'll see you then. Bye.